Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ejeze. Today's quest is be honest about what you're attracted to. Be honest about what you're attracted to. Now, I want to direct today's quest mostly to men. Let's talk about a certain type of woman that gets a lot of attention and a lot of criticism. You've probably heard the term hoe used to describe women who dress or act in a way that is seen as provocative. Some men are quick to judge them, calling them out loudly and often. But here's the truth, that kind of behavior sticks around because it works, it gets attention, it gets results. If it didn't, it wouldn't have faded out. If it didn't, it would have faded out by now. The reality is, a lot of men are drawn to this type of women. Some even love that baddie or stripper vibe. It's not for everyone, but it's definitely a thing. And ironically, many of the same men who criticize these women are the ones who are secretly or not so secretly attracted to them. Now here's where things get messy. These men don't just admire these women from afar, they try to date them. And once they're in a relationship, they try to change them. You've probably heard the saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. That's harsh, but it points to a real issue. Trying to build a traditional long-term relationship with someone whose lifestyle doesn't match that vision or your own type of vision that is not in line with her own. Because you cannot feel that a woman is provocative and yet you feel that you will change her from being a hoe to a housewife. Yes, I always tell men something, and that thing is every man at some point in time in his life will like a woman who has a stripper vibe. Yes. This is where we say some women are showered in their eye. And most of the times you think that men will be repulsed by those kind of women because of what they say. But the truth is that they gravitate towards those type of women. I was arguing with one of my friends some time ago and I told him, most men love a baddie. They love a woman with a stripper vibe. And he said, no. That there are some men that don't love them at all. But I told him something. Even though there are some men that don't like them at all, those men fall under the 1%. So those men are the exception. What I'm talking about is the rule. So here's the kicker in all this. Men often fall for these women because of how they present themselves. But once feelings get involved, they want those same women to stop doing the very things that made them attractive in the first place. That's like buying a sports car and then getting mad that it drives fast. It's not fair to ask someone to change who they are just because you caught feelings. And when people feel controlled, they push back. It's called reactance. It's called reactance. Yes, it's called reactance. People push back. They react to that you're trying to control them. It's called reactance. It's a natural response to feeling boxed in. So if you're telling her not to dress a certain way, not to go out, not to talk to certain people, you are probably going to get the opposite of what you want. If you want a woman who dresses modestly, stays in and avoids the party scene, that's totally fine. But then you need to look for someone who already lives that way. Don't try to mold someone into that just because you are now emotionally invested. That's not leadership, it's control. And if you find yourself always going for the same kind of woman who doesn't match your long-term goals, it's time to ask yourself why. What is it about that lifestyle or look that pulls you in? What are you really chasing? That kind of self-reflection often teach you more than any dating advice video you could ever watch or see. Now, just because you can't turn someone into something they are not doesn't mean you can't have a great relationship. But you have to be honest about what kind of relationship is actually possible with that person, either in the short run or in the long run. You have to be honest with yourself. You can't build a peaceful, stable, traditional partnership with someone who thrives on chaos and attention. That's just not how it works. But here's the good news. While you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, you can absolutely bring out a little wild side in a woman who is already grounded. A lot of men want a woman who is classy in public and fun in private. And guess what? That's possible if she is really into you. When a woman is deeply attracted to you, she will often be open to explore new things with you, not because you forced her, but because she trusts you. That's the key. Start with someone who already lives the kind of life you respect and build from there. That's how you get the best of both worlds. So if you are struggling to find that kind of woman, maybe it's time to look at where you are searching and what you are drawn to. Be honest with yourself, because when you get clear on what you really want and why, you stop chasing the wrong things and start building something real. That's how you win. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message, maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We'll talk more in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and take care.